Let me ask you something. Have you ever arrived at your hotel, opened your suitcase, and found everything rearranged? Maybe a small paper slip sitting on top of your clothes. That slip means TSA, open your bag. And most people have absolutely no idea why it happened or what triggered it. Today I'm going to change that. I'm going to walk you through the exact items that cause TSA to flag, open, and sometimes confiscate from your checked bag in 2026. The rules have changed more in the last 12 months than they have in the past decade, and some of the items on this list are things you would never in a million years expect. Stay until number 7 because that one doesn't just get your bag opened. It gets it pulled off the aircraft entirely after you've already boarded. Item number 1. Lithium battery packs and power banks. This is the number one reason checked bags get flagged at major airports right now. TSA's 2026 guidelines flag any power bank over 100 watt-hours. And here's the part that catches people off guard. Many of the larger power banks sold on Amazon are right at that limit. The listing might say it's fine for checked luggage. TSA does not care what the listing says. They go by what their scanner shows. And a dense lithium pack in a dark bag lights up like a red flag. They will open your bag, remove the item, and in many cases confiscate it on the spot with no reimbursement. The fix is simple. Every power bank, every single time, goes in your carry-on. Not your checked bag, your carry-on. Make it a rule you never break. Item number 2, wrapped gifts. This one catches people every single holiday season and every birthday trip. You wrapped it beautifully at home. TSA does not care. If the scanner cannot clearly identify what is inside that wrapped package, agents are required by protocol to unwrap it. Not carefully, not neatly, they will tear it open. I have heard from travelers who had their Christmas gifts destroyed at the security table with no compensation and no apology. That is just the rule. The fix. Either ship your gifts to your destination ahead of time, buy them when you arrive, or wrap everything once you get there. Don't waste beautiful wrapping paper on a TSA table. Item number 3, loose change and coins. This sounds almost too simple to be real, but it is one of the most common triggers at bag screening. A large collection of loose coins, even just a travel wallet full of change from different countries, creates what agents describe as visual clutter on the X-ray image. It looks chaotic. It looks like something is being hidden underneath or inside the coins. Bags with that kind of image get pulled for a physical search almost every time. The fix? Put all your coins in a small Ziploc bag and tuck it inside a shoe. The Ziploc keeps it organized and scannable. It takes 10 seconds to do before you pack, and it will save you from a bag search. Before we get to number 4, I want to pause for a moment because I know what some of you are thinking. You're thinking TSA is only looking for weapons and drugs. That is the old thinking. The screening technology in 2026 is far more sensitive than it was even 2 years ago. The algorithm flags density, shape, and material composition, not just outline. That's why so many ordinary items are now causing bag pulls that never used to happen. Keep watching because the next few items are ones that genuinely surprise people every single day at airports across the country. Item number 4, dense stacks of food. This one sounds crazy, but it is completely real. Blocks of cheese, tightly stacked chocolate bars, rows of protein bars packed together on an X-ray scanner. Dense rectangular food blocks are visually nearly identical to blocks of plastic explosive. Not similar, nearly identical. TSA agents are trained to flag anything with that density and shape combination. They are not going to assume it's a snack and wave it through. They are going to open the bag and confirm it. The fix? Spread your food items out throughout the bag. Mix them in with clothing and softer items. Never pack food in a tight, solid block formation. Item number 5. Full-size toiletries in certain containers. Most people know about the liquid rules for carry-on bags, but checked bags have their own separate issues. Cylindrical containers that are full, sealed, and pressurized create a specific image on the scanner, especially aerosol products like dry shampoo, hairspray, or spray sunscreen over 3.4 ounces. Combine that with the fact that they are often sitting next to other cylindrical items, and the scan image can look alarming to a screening agent who is making a split-second judgment call. The fix: whenever possible, use travel-size versions. If you are checking full-size aerosols, keep them in their original retail packaging with the label clearly visible. Do not pack them surrounded by other cylindrical objects. Item number 6. Firearms accessories without the firearm. This is one that shocks people who are completely law-abiding gun owners. If you pack a gun cleaning kit, a holster, an ammunition magazine, or even just a box of cleaning patches without an actual declared firearm in that bag, you have created a serious red flag. TSA will pull the bag. In many cases, they will involve law enforcement before they even open it. The optics of gun-related accessories without the gun look suspicious regardless of the explanation you give. The rules around firearms in checked baggage are some of the strictest policies in all of aviation. The fix: never pack any firearm-related accessories in a bag that does not contain a properly declared firearm. If you are traveling without your firearm, leave the accessories at home or ship them separately. Item number 7. Large quantities of vitamins or supplements. A big tub of capsules or a bag of loose supplement pills looks on an X-ray scanner almost identical to certain controlled substances. This has gotten significantly worse as more travelers carry large quantities of protein supplements, pre-workout powders, and herbal capsules in bulk. And it is not just TSA domestically. Customs agents in other countries are extremely strict about this. Several countries have held travelers for hours over bags containing unlabeled supplement containers. Some have had their entire supplement supply confiscated at the border. The fix: always keep vitamins and supplements in their original labeled containers. Never, and I cannot stress this enough, never decant them into unlabeled Ziploc bags or unmarked bottles. That is the single thing that causes the most serious delays and the most difficult conversations with agents. Stick with me because number 9 is the one that gets your bag physically removed from the cargo hold after you have already taken your seat on the plane. Airlines have specific protocols for exactly this situation, and it happens more often than you think. Coming up right now, item number 8, tangled cables and electronics. Here is something the TSA website does not explain clearly. A bag full of tangled cables, multiple USB hubs, portable hard drives, and charging bricks creates one of the most complex and confusing X-ray images a screening agent will encounter in their entire shift. Everything overlaps. Wires run through the image in every direction. It looks as though something is being deliberately concealed inside the tangle. Bags with dense electronics clutter get pulled for physical inspection constantly, every day, at every major airport in the country. The fix: invest in a small electronics organizer pouch. Coil cables neatly. Keep hard drives and bricks separated with soft items between them. A well-organized electronics bag scans clean in seconds and never gets a second look. It is one of the best $10 investments a traveler can make. Item number 9. Any powders over 12 ounces. Pay close attention here because this rule is now federal and actively enforced in 2026. Any powder substance in a checked bag that exceeds 12 ounces requires additional screening by federal regulation. That includes protein powder, flour, ground coffee, loose leaf tea, spices, baking soda, powdered drink mixes, and certain makeup products like setting powder in large containers. Here is the part that makes this genuinely different from every other item on this list. If TSA identifies an oversized powder container after your bag has already been loaded onto the aircraft, some airlines now have a protocol to remove that bag from the cargo hold before the flight departs. You will be paged over the intercom. Your flight may be delayed. That bag may not make your flight at all, and you will have to retrieve it at the oversized or delayed baggage counter. The fix: for anything over 12 ounces in powder form, carry it on for short trips. For longer travel, ship it ahead to your destination or simply buy it when you arrive. It is absolutely not worth the risk of being paged off a plane. Item number 10. Vape pens and e-cigarettes. This one still catches people constantly even though the rule has been in effect for years. Any vape device with a built-in lithium battery is classified as a fire risk under FAA regulations. It does not matter if the device is switched off. It does not matter if it is sealed inside a hard case. A lithium battery is a lithium battery, and lithium batteries in aircraft cargo holds have caused real, documented fires on real flights. These are among the most frequently confiscated items at baggage screening worldwide, and no airline will make an exception. The fix: every vape device goes in your carry-on. Every time. No exceptions. If you forget, you lose it at the bag drop. Item number 11. Alcohol over 140 proof. Most travelers know you can pack sealed alcohol bottles in checked luggage under a certain size. What most people don't know is that spirits over 70% alcohol by volume, that's 140 proof, are classified as flammable liquids by the FAA and are banned entirely from both checked and carry-on baggage on commercial flights. That includes high-proof rum, grain alcohol, and certain specialty spirits that are popular as gifts or souvenirs. The fix: buy alcohol at your destination or have it shipped through a licensed carrier. Do not try to pack it and assume it will make it through. Item number 12. Books and stacks of paper. I know this one sounds almost offensive, books, flagged by TSA, but it is true. A dense stack of hardcover books, or even a thick stack of papers packed tightly together, creates a flat rectangular mass on the scanner that reads as an unknown dense object, especially when sitting near electronics. Multiple books packed flat and tight trigger physical checks regularly. The fix: if you are a heavy reader, use an e-reader when you travel. If you need physical books, pack them loosely on top of soft clothing rather than stacked tightly against hard surfaces or other dense objects. Item number 13. Sealed water bottles bought outside security. This is a particular issue for international travelers. Sealed bottles of liquid from an unknown origin are frequently pulled for chemical testing, especially at international airports where agents are looking for liquid-based contraband being smuggled in commercial packaging. Even if it is clearly just water with a familiar brand label, if it was purchased outside the security checkpoint, it is a potential flag depending on the airport and the agent. The fix: pack empty reusable bottles and fill them from a fountain or cafe after you clear security. It saves money too. Item number 14. Sports equipment with sharp edges or metal protrusions. Golf cleats, ice skates, climbing hardware, baseball spikes. Anything with exposed metal points or sharp protrusions creates a genuinely chaotic X-ray image, especially when packed loosely among other items in a bag. Agents see the spikes and metal edges overlapping with everything else in the bag, and it reads as dangerous even when it clearly is not. The fix: wrap sharp sports equipment individually before packing. Bubble wrap works perfectly, as do thick wool socks for smaller items. Anything with exposed metal should scan as a clearly identifiable bundled object, not as loose metal fragments scattered through your bag. Item number 15. Personal documents in obvious pouches. This last one is more of a customs and international border security issue than standard domestic TSA screening, but it absolutely matters. A passport wallet, a thick document envelope, or a travel document holder that shows a clear rectangular shape on the scanner can trigger a secondary check, particularly when positioned near other flagged items in the bag. Agents are trained to look for concealment patterns, and a clearly document-shaped pouch buried inside a checked bag fits a profile they're watching for. Beyond the security issue, there is a practical reason to never put important documents in a checked bag. If your bag is lost, delayed, or stolen, you are stranded without your identification. Always keep all important documents in your personal item or carry-on, every single trip. Before I wrap up, I want you to comment below right now. Has TSA ever opened your bag? Did they leave you one of those little blue notification slips? Because what that slip actually means, and what your legal rights are when it happens, is something most travelers get completely wrong. I am going to cover that in a dedicated video coming very soon. Make sure you are subscribed so you do not miss it. Here's your full recap of the most important ones to remember. Power banks in checked bags always flagged, always removed, no reimbursement. Powders over 12 ounces of federal screening requirement in 2026 that can get your bag pulled from the aircraft. Tangled Electronics, one of the top daily physical pull triggers at every major airport. Vape Devices carry on only with 0 exceptions on any airline in the world. Wrapped gifts, they will be unwrapped on the spot and you will not get an apology. Dense food blocks, they look like explosive material on X-ray. Always spread them out. If you found this useful, the next video you need to watch right now is the one I made on 12 free things airlines will give you if you simply ask at the right moment. Most passengers go their entire lives never knowing these exist. It is right there on your screen. Drop a comment below if TSA has ever pulled your bag. Tell me what they found and how the whole thing played out. I read every single comment and I will reply to you personally.